Fresh Meta Quest 4 rumors purport high-end specs, a much thinner and lighter design, a potential price, and the death of the Quest namesake. A headline that tells you that Android Central really is not very connected with actual VR news and what's going on in the industry. But what is good news is that the name Quest 4 is back in the headlines and that people are talking about it. But we already knew that Meta was thinking about an ultralight headset in 2026 instead of a Quest 4. The Quest 4 itself has been pushed out to 2027, hopefully if it does come to existence. But take a look at the headset they are showing off, HoloCake 2, which does look a lot like those headsets. For those of you who haven't been here for a minute, remember we went and tried some research prototypes towards the Quest 4 and this ultralight puck style headset. Well, basically journalists and analysts alike are back on the Quest 4 rumor train, but mixing it up with what was supposed to be the ultralight headset with the puck that we already knew was going to cost less than $1,000 in 2026 when they're supposedly launching it, most likely at Meta Connect as they always do, and then everybody can buy them from them. They show up a few weeks later. But the rumors that do seem to agree with everything we've seen so far is that there is a new VR XR headset coming out in 2026, higher pixels per degree than the Quest 3, which that one Boba 3 headset we tried was a 30 ppd versus the 25, and saying it's not going to be quite as high res as the Galaxy XR or the Apple Vision Pro, but there might be a headset model that ships without controllers around $800. This is the one that more reliable leakers, like sadly it's Bradley, had talked about before, the codename Puffin. Same thing showing up all over Upload VR and other places. A separated puck that would do a good amount of the computing, similar to how the Orion works. The Orion being their AR glasses that are like $10,000 a piece to make, and it has a wristband that has the puck there. And keep in mind, much different than what people kind of thought the Meta Ray-Ban displays were going to do, which has a wristband, but that is just a neural wristband feeling what your wrist is doing to then translate it into the headset and isn't necessarily doing the computing there. Although it's possible there may be something hidden in there we don't know on that front. But with all of that, this shows that we are kind of back in a space where everyone is racing to have ultralight XR headsets, and cords tethering something is definitely back. I actually got my eyes new another headset this last week that you'll hear about hopefully more in the next coming weeks, but we can show you a little previews, a little fun stuff on the screen here. But basically, more fuel to the fire of the rumors that there is still an ultralight headset that's not going to be called a Quest, coming to compete with the likes of Apple Vision Pro and the new Samsung Galaxy XR, all while bringing up the questions of how's Valve Frame going to fit into all this. If you did miss last week's news, we broke a lot of that down. The new Valve Frame headset that's basically going to make wireless PCVR really convenient, work well, and even give you some options to play some PCVR games without the PC. But overall, good news is that XR, VR, whatever you want to call it, is in the limelight. People are talking about it again. New headsets are coming out. Which ones are you looking forward to? If, like me, you're always looking to push your Quest to another level and see what it's capable of, there's a totally free app called Photon, and there's going to be some clips over on the screen here, but I've got to tell you, that will do it no justice to what this can do. I put this on with little expectations. I was curious. Spatial video, everybody talks about spatial video. The quality of these things. I've done VR for so many years. I don't typically sit in awe and just stare at something in my Quest, but this got me. You just swipe to the side. You can watch video after video people put up. It's got its own app. You can get the app for your phone. You can take your own photos, your own videos, and it will convert them from 2D into 3D spatial videos. Once you look at the videos on there, you're probably going to want to make your own out of it using this app. But the freaking graphics of what's in front of you, the three-dimensionality, the effects, like, it was really cool. And then not only that, but they put it to where you can see through mixed reality in your home, but you can turn the brightness up or down. And then it has this cool effect where like the video bleeds out into the environment. Well, there was this Google Earth one where the Earth came at you and suddenly there was blue all around you. Not that often in VR anymore am I like truly awe-inspired or amazed, but this one, I went in thinking I'd just spend a few minutes looking around seeing what the app was like for our free games and apps list we do, and it was really freaking cool, actually. And it's just this really simple way they make it, kind of like if you had a phone in your hand on TikTok and you're swiping down, like you're just swiping left or right with the controller, and the videos are just going, you can check them out, but like, it was really cool. You're gonna see the videos on the screen, but I'm telling you, the app's totally free. Check it out on your Quest. Check out some videos on there. If there's any favorites you found, tell me, because I want to go look at them too. And if you really look closely, you can see on some of them that were 2D to 3, you can kind of see in the edges where it changed it, but it probably does the best job I've seen of any converter yet. It is Black Friday. Hopefully, if this video made it out on time. Maybe it's almost Cyber Monday, but luckily those sales pretty much have merged into one. Black Friday and Cyber Monday are going on, and now Black Friday like starts so early in the month anyways. It's not even Black Friday anymore. It should just be November month of capitalism or something. But right now, if you want a Meta Quest 3S, you can get $50 off the 128GB model, $70 off the 256. Meta's own accessories, which I wouldn't recommend any of them anyways, are 20% off, but there's tons of games going on the Black Friday sale as well. 2 too many to mention, but some standouts. If you still don't have Walkabout Mini Golf by some means, just get that game. The game is great. 40% discounts on a lot of them, but you do have to enter BFCM25 at checkout. But basically, go on your phone. You can see the lists of them all there. There might still be that Quest 3S deal we talked to you about going on at Costco for just $200 for a 3S with goodies, or if you do get it through Meta, $250, but you get all the goodies with that. There's also a bunch of sales bundles going on the Meta store, accessories over on Amazon. I'll leave some links in the description to a bunch of the stuff that I like that's currently on Black Friday deals, Cyber Monday deals. So right now, if you want to hook up your Quest with a bunch of accessories, or you need to get a Quest for the first time, or you need more games, there's tons of sales going on. And outside of Quest 2, Ray-Bans, if you want the new Meta Ray-Ban displays, well, you're not going to get those on sale or get them at all, because I haven't even been able to get them myself. But some of their original models are on sale. Some of the prescription lenses for them are also on sale. So yeah, tons of sales going on. Make sure I hit the description down there. I'll leave you what I can, my favorite stuff for you, and if necessary, some links to all of the sales and stuff that you can look at. That way you make sure you get everything you want before the holiday. If you'd rather win a couple Quest 3s instead of going and buying them, we got giveaways going on. We got one JayBratt channel that's been going a minute. Some of you have answered that. We also partnered up with FitXR. They want to give away a full Quest 3, not a bunch of Quest 3Ss this time, because all of you out there said you'd rather get the Quest 3. You've got a Quest 2 and the 3S isn't a big enough upgrade, or you don't have a Quest 3, or you don't have a Quest at all, or you have a Quest 3 and you want another Quest 3. You don't want that 3S because it feels like a downgrade. Makes sense. No worries. There's a couple of giveaways. There will be links down below to get you into those as well. But definitely enter the FitXR one if you haven't already. They have a lot less people entered in that one, much higher chances, and I'd love to see someone from our community win it. One of my most anticipated games of the year is finally out. If you know me, you know I love Demeo, which was a shock to me because I've never loved any tabletop game. Dungeons & Dragons was evil in my household. I've never played that. Magic the Gathering, same issue. So I've never been able to get into any of those card games, but Demeo hooked me. It changed me. I had no idea. And now the Demeo Dungeons & Dragons partnered up game Battle Marked is officially out. And with that, Mr. Task 3D print hooked me up with something. Unfortunately, it's one of a kind and they're not going to be for sale and nobody else out there can get them, but I got something really cool from inside the game now in the real world. But Battle Marked, if you haven't checked it out already and you're a Demeo fan, or if you're not a Demeo fan, you might start with Demeo first. Demeo's a little simpler, a little bit easier, I think, and approachable, but I was just so excited this game is finally out, and I'm literally about to take off for Europe Monday, so I'm not getting as much time into it as I want to, but I'm thrilled. Maybe I'll even play some over there. We'll see what happens. If you're on that PCVR train, we haven't talked about Humble Bundles in a while. Humble Bundles, a portion goes to charity. You get to pay very little for a ton of games. And right now, if you want a whole assortment of VR games for your Steam library, you can get 10 of them for paying as little as $25. They have tiers. If you pay $8, you can get 5 items. $11 goes up to $8, $15 for 10. Oh, just $15 will get you all 10. $25, you give a little extra to charity if you want to go that route. But you get a bunch of fighting, Drunken Bar Fight, Dragon Fist, Pixel Rip 1978, kind of a random assortment, but if you need some in your Steam library, these Humble Bundles are always a great deal when they happen, and this bundle's already raised like 10 grand for charity, so worth checking out. Plenty of sales as we get real close to Christmas now. And as we were talking about new headsets coming, Pico. We don't talk about them much because you can't get their headsets in the US, and if you do, they're still very hard to get working, but their 2026 headset is going to have 4K micro OLED displays. Micro OLED being kind of the new standard in the VR industry. Tiny little OLED dots, all of them can turn off to give you full darkness. This is the rumor train, and it is Pico, but we will do our best to keep you posted on all of this. But 4K micro OLED panels, that would match the pixel density of what we see on the Samsung Galaxy XR. There's that Play for Dream MR headset and the Shift-All Megan X that people were so excited about and then so not excited about once it launched. But again, lots of VR headsets, lots of XR. Things are coming back up again, as it does usually every holiday. We just don't have a new Meta headset to talk about. But exciting times. I'm going to be in Europe next week. Hit me up if you're over there. If you're going to UnitedXR, I will probably see you there. But once again, thank you to all of you for being here with me every day. And I'll see you in another reality.